that telling the story, that talking about the village, that talking about the trek across mountains in fear of being pursued, of bombs, of being killed, all of that can be shared, but in a relationship, a therapeutic relationship. I'm talking about time, and this is very difficult. This takes time. If you have, as I have, a number of young Chinese women who were trafficked to this country for sexual exploitation, again refused in the first instance. These are young women who, because they were abandoned as a girl child, baby, have been taken up and misused from birth, both as domestic slaves and then sold into some form of prostitution. I have a young case of a woman, and I think I can say this, of a young girl who was sold to a man in order that she would produce for him a male child, and she was kept a prisoner for many years in order to do this. So how do you tell that narrative? How do you retrieve what is left of that young person? It's difficult, and it can take months. The difficulty for us is persuading the Home Office that it is necessary to take that time in understanding the case. Trauma is an extraordinary thing. The grotesque nature of what happens to people means that very often, if they have somebody who has died or been killed in what we might call grotesque circumstances, it's very difficult for them to bury their dead. All their flashbacks, all their nightmares are about that. And so it's how you reclaim the people as they were. And of course you won't succeed in every case. It's not only about words, it's about building a relationship of trust in which you're not the elevated therapist, you're in a relationship with somebody, and that relationship has to mirror anger, the feelings that they have about you who've not suffered if they have suffered. All these things have to be expressed in the consulting room. This is what the work is about. It's about reclamation, it's about telling the narrative, it's about producing documentation, and it's telling the story that the woman wanted told in Belsen on the ground.